Hello traders, it's Samurai Trader here. Welcome to this training session. In today's session I'm going to be playing back a video from only about 90 minutes ago of two live trades I executed. Both were winners, and I'm going to walk you through step by step my thinking. You could trade these setups, or particularly one particular setup, the rest of your life. In fact, if you see this statement here, massive profits trading just this one setup, you could trade it nothing else, and it doesn't matter which market you trade, whether it be stocks, forex, or futures. It works on all markets. Now, it's not rocket science, as you're about to see. Now, also, there is a risk in trading. I want you to remember that stay on the simulator until you're consistently profitable. Now, so you can be kept up to date with all of my latest videos, and I produce 3 of these a week, and so they're delivered directly to your inbox. You'll have a pop-up box or a pop-up will appear on the screen very soon. Enter your details. We don't need your phone number, and I'll email you the link to 3 videos. They're all new each week, and in most of these videos you'll get to see me trading live. And make sure you subscribe to my channel and give me a big thumbs up. It keeps me motivated to keep these videos, well, keep producing these videos. First of all, I received an email just a couple of days ago. Ray, aren't I worried about teaching traders my top strategies? Aren't other traders going to perhaps dilute the market if they're that good? Well, I remember the Richard Dennis. He was really famous back in the 80s, and Richard borrowed for, what was it, $1,600 from his father, and turned it into over $200 million in 10 years. And he had a concept, and it's called the turtles. He went to Asia and he saw how they raised little turtles in tubs, and he came across the idea of hiring 20-odd traders himself. He ran an ad in the newspaper for traders to teach them his trading strategy, and he'd do a profit share with them. And out of it, I think he hired 22, of which 17 or 18 of them went on to become multi-millionaires in their own right. And he was also asked by a journalist, aren't you worried about teaching others? And then what he said here was, I always say you could publish the rules in a newspaper and no one would follow them. The key is consistency and discipline. So as you're going to be seeing today, the setups actually are quite straightforward. Yes, there's a syntax and order of things that we have to be modeling, but they kick butt. So I'd just like to give you a very quick background here. Look, I try to keep these videos under 10-15 minutes. We might end up running to 20 minutes. I'll try to keep it down, but I think this is really important, because you show me a man or woman with a big enough dream, and I'll show you a man or a woman that can achieve their trading goals as long as they're disciplined and focused and consistent. So if we look at this spreadsheet to begin with, now what you'll see, and I put it on the screen when I'm usually recording, my daily target now is $350 a day per contract traded. Up till recently I was going for 325. I've increased that because we've had some fantastic volatility and the market's just been great, and I usually wrap my trading up within about 30 to 45 minutes. How do you achieve this? You see, once you have clarity, it makes it so much easier when you approach your actual live trading. So to achieve $350 a day on a $6,000 account, I won't get into all of that right now, but we never ever risk more than 2%. Okay, so therefore if you don't have $6,000, start on a micro, and I run a live trading room and a coaching room, by the way. I've got nearly 300 members in each, and I get into money management and explain all of that in detail. Now I know your broker will tell you you only need $1,000. However, what if your loss was $125? There goes 12.5% of your account. Risk management, we are #1 risk managers. But back onto this, $350 a day If you average 350 a day, and the way this spreadsheet works, you only start trading an extra contract each time you double your money. So when you're up to basically 12,500, you add another contract. But what it means is within 9 weeks you've got potentially the ability to be earning 10,000 a week and have an account size of around $46,000. Within 12 weeks you could be trading 15 contracts earning 25,000 a week. This is the true potential. Now I'm going to be teaching you and showing you the number one trade that will get you there. Now if you're a young gun, I'm 66, I want to get in, get out, get paid. For young gun, you might want to go for say 500 a day. Within 6 weeks you're there at 12,000 a week. 8 weeks, there's your 25,000 a week potentially. Now the question is how. When we go to the charts in a moment, if we got or had 6-8 tick trades a day, and we'll have a look and see how many of these that meet the criteria I'm going to be teaching you, you'll see you can do this. If we then go back here and just go for the 350 a day, I just need 5 little scalps or 4 8-tick trades a day, and that's assuming you don't go for any runners like I did today. So in today's session you're going to be seeing, I'll play back the video in a moment, how I ignored a number of setups beforehand before I took these 2 setups. Why? We were selling right against the pivot. You've got to remember, traders, that pivots, there are different types of pivots. You've got traditional floor pivots. I like using traditional floor pivots and 𝗬𝗎𝗄𝗎𝗆 pivots. But then you've also got the open, high and low close of day, yesterday's close, the current day's open. All of these areas can act as major support or resistance levels, which I'll explain when we get to the recording. Now then I'll a little further along, after I'd wrapped it my 2 trades up, I'd hit my target for the day. There was some great setups not long after, which we'll also discuss. Now I'm just going to turn the camera off here for a moment. Good, so just so we get full screen. So let's now go to the recording and I'm going to walk you through this. Now first of all of this was typed in before we started for the day. So my target is 350, and this is important. Under risk management, I've got a maximum stop loss of 10 ticks, which is $125. Now what you'll see in a moment, so I've gone short here based upon a major EMA bounce. In fact, see that black line there, and then I've got the purple line. These are, well, one of these here is the major EMA I use, a 200 on the anchor chart, on the entry chart, sorry, get this right. And then I've got an even higher time frame EMA. They provide incredible support resistance levels. Now what I want you to notice here is, and I'll just pause the video, I've now shorted a second lot of contracts, so 10 contracts in each. Now you'll also see in a moment that I'll increase my target for the second lot and front run this pivot down below. Now front running is where we aim to get out of a pivot, and this is actually a 𝗬𝗎𝗄𝗎𝗆 pivot down here by 1 or 2 ticks. So if you're going to add to a position, you want to already be in the green or to be risking no more, as I'm doing here, 1% per trade. Very important, traders. You break this rule, you're going to continually blow your account. You are a money manager. Now we had a number of potential entries here right at the pivot, and it's been very quiet for about an hour. Now today's date, as you can see, is Monday the 22nd of June. And so it was announced today by President Trump that they've probably done a deal over there in with the war in the Middle East. Who knows? But it had been pumping really early in the session, and then it slowed down, and then we started to move again at last. Okay, we went sideways for quite some time. Rule number 1, you only want to be trading trending markets. It's so much easier if you're trading trades off trending sloping EMAs. Now when I've got a pivot like here, I know that if I break these pivots here, there's an outstanding chance I'm going to come down and hit the next pivot below me. In many ways it becomes what we call a self-fulfilling prophecy. So what you can see here, I've taken two trades off sloping trending EMAs. Now not only that, but I want you, hopefully you can see this down at the bottom here, but see how it turned red there and here, and see how this is all red now. So I've discovered a concept using a higher time frame of trading in the direction of indicators on the anchor chart. Okay, what I call the anchor chart 1, and I've got an anchor chart 2. Very simple concept of where we're looking at the higher time frame. I'm looking for a retracement on the entry and then a trend continuation back in the direction of a trend on my lower time frame, what I call my entry chart. Now I train traders that have been doing this for me. I've been trading now for 28 years, and the last 10-11 years I've been trading scalpers and day traders in these concepts. So some of this may sound foreign, but after a couple of hours of training you soon pick this up. It's not rocket science. Now this is still not without risk, because I'm selling back end of a pivot, but for the experienced traders watching this is almost like a descending triangle. Okay, so now I've sold here. Now first thing, see this little swing low just here? This is where quite often traders will come down and will bounce off these swing lows. In fact, in a moment you'll probably see me drop a horizontal, or here we go, horizontal lining, because sometimes we can bounce off those and head back in the opposite direction. So I've just dropped this in, and these can make an excellent first target. Now what I'm not interested in minor swings. I'm looking at where's my last major swing, and just here I'm just making sure these targets are both the same, just front running above the Camarilla pivot down here. So if you look at the EMAs, we are clearly in a downtrend. Look at my majors on my higher time frames. We are clearly in a downtrend. Over here we were in a downtrend. However, we've got to watch for brick walls. That is pivots. Major EMAs can act like that. And look at this bounce. See this small bounce? Now I know we've got a very good chance of continuing to the short side. Why? The major EMAs are down and my anchor chart is in a very strong downtrend. See that red line just here, and then the red dash line down below? They're screaming short me. And if I wasn't short twice here, and once again I can only short twice in a zone if I'm either well and truly in the green, or you're risking no more than 1% per trade. So we're coming down now. I'm about to probably move my stop down, as sometimes you'll miss the pivot. That is, we don't kiss it. Probably a good 90 to 90% of the time, and there we're out of both. We come down and we'll kiss the pivot. In fact, we've got a trade set up, or I've got a trade, I call it the pivot magnet trade, and members report they on average 85 to 95% win rate. The logic is so sound once you understand it, that you can see why it's such a, there are a number of rules to it, but why it's such a high win-loss ratio. Now you may be thinking then, well look, if it's that easy, why doesn't everyone do it? Because traders, the easy things are also easy not to do. Getting back to what Richard Dennis said, once again, you could publish the rules in a newspaper, but trying to get someone to follow them is a different thing. Now further along, we then had a pivot bounce. Now I've got another setup here which I recommend all new traders don't trade. It's a reversal strategy, and I had this set up. It's a reversion to the mean on both the entry chart and the anchor chart 1, and a pivot bounce. For the experienced traders here, your best reversals or divergence trades are off pivots, you'll generally find it's because it's giving you great support with divergence. Now if we weren't in that trade, we just had another potential trade just here short. There is a little one here, but note the cyan line. If we had have bought there, whoops, we'll probably hopefully go back. I think it pauses there for a while. Let me just skip ahead. We might even go to the live charts in a moment and just see. Okay, now just this here, this is where if we had have gone longer here, this is a T10 for members watching this. T10 kick butt as well. However, we've got to be aware of any major EMAs in front of us. What's the overall trend telling us? We're in a downtrend. It's hard for you to see down here because the way, unfortunately, playing back the recordings, but we turn blue and blue, which means go long. But now it's turned red and red. What's that mean? Go short. Okay, now this is the one setup you could trade the rest of your life and make a lot of money, because we get these deeper retracements on the anchor chart 1 and we get a bounce off a trending EMA, and they lead to usually larger moves. So you only need to be getting 3 or 4 of these a day, if that, and you're kicking butt. Then you'll get your little shallow pullbacks. Now look down here again. We're all red. We're all red. You had 1, 2. Now let's look at this one. This one's a no. Why is that a no? You can't really see it down there, but we are blue again. So I want to wait till I turn red for a short. Now there are rules we can get around this. For members watching this, what I'm looking for is a clear-cut rule of 1 on the anchor chart 1, but I also want to see a trigger line pointing down, which doesn't happen there, but it happens over here. So, and then we had another winning T3. Now see this little trade over here, potential trade, that's a pivot magnet trade. Now when you're selling a pivot or in a pivot magnet trade, just be aware we're selling into the pivot. Okay, and these are incredible scalping opportunities. Now on the way up here, I want you to note, hopefully we can get this this comes out. Yeah, unfortunately it keeps popping up. See how we're blue and blue, then we turn red and red. The safest form of trading is here. Why? Because, and even up there, because we were trading in the direction of the higher time frame. So what's the key lesson today? Traders, you want to be trading off major EMAs. Go with the flow of the river. Okay, so many traders, you know, want to fight the current. Well, trade in the direction. Now here you'll see these though, and you'll see me in most videos take counter trend trades, but they're very specific setups. Now traders, I've covered a lot and mentioned a lot in this session. Let me teach you how to trade. You can for $297 you get all of my indicators, or if you don't use NinjaTrader, all of my indicator settings that you can replicate on any trading platform, plus you get 1 month to my coaching sessions, and that is 8 2-hour sessions, which are coaching where we're discussing everything from the trade setups right through to the money management rules and psychology of trading, but also 12 of my live trading room sessions. That is, I run 3 2-hour sessions every week. If you can't attend the sessions, they are recorded. Traders, this is virtually priceless. You get all of my indicators, indicator settings, product, and also you have lifetime access to the members area. Now come and join me. You can see the link below, so description link below, come and join me. And by the way, there's no automatic sign up for these, because I charge $197 a month for the coaching, $297 a month for the live trading room. However, you get each month free, and it's not signing you up front, so there's no ongoing sessions unless you email me and say send me the payment link. I want to keep with this. Now there's a reason I've got nearly 300 traders in each room, so please make sure you like my video, and if you want results like this, come and join me. Let me teach you how to day trade and scalp the markets. This isn't rocket science, traders. It's about patterns, solid, just good old-fashioned rules, trading rules, following the rules, and trading patterns. So traders, hope you enjoyed the video. See you in one of my classes, or see you in, and hopefully you'll be watching my next video. Thank you, traders.